Guys, do I have to keep repeating myself when I say Gator boys stay hot? I mean, basketball team wins the national championship, football team actually started that 4-game win streak, longest in the SEC. Basketball team goes on to win the national championship. Baseball team, they started getting hot, unfortunately, at the last 2 weeks of the season, suffered some more injuries and ended up going down in the regionals. But they got hot for a little bit. And now the football team, oh my goodness, they are super hot fired right now. Gators landed commitment from 4-star defensive end, defensive lineman, edge rusher, very versatile player here. JaReylan McCoy out of Tupelo, Mississippi, 6'7", 250 plus pounds. I mean, you're talking about a very, very large human being here at JaReylan McCoy. This is one we've been waiting on for a while. Before he took his visit May 30th, there was like, okay, there's some talk. We might be able to get him to shut down his recruitment, but we weren't able to. And it's like, okay, he wants to take that visit to Texas. I mean, can you blame him? Texas, they're going to offer you a lot of money. Just look at all the reports that come out, $40 million. That's not true. But like when people are saying that you're spending $40 million, it's because you're spending a lot of money. And it's somewhat believable, but like, come on, Texas wasn't spending $40 million. But last season, Texas had the number 1 recruiting class. This year, they're still going to have one of the top 5 recruiting, top 3, maybe even the best again, recruiting classes in the country. So when you have JaReylan McCoy, one of the best defensive ends in the entire country, and Texas wants him, you be fearful. Texas really wanted him. Number 121 player in the 247 composite, 16th defensive lineman, 7th player ranked in Mississippi. Now, the very interesting thing about JaReylan McCoy is like the difference in his rankings. 247 has him as a 3-star defensive lineman. I think that's wild. I mean, it's crazy. On 3 has him in the 190s. Rivals has him in the early 100s, like 109. But then ESPN has him ranked as the 9th best player in the country. 9th overall, not 9th player in Mississippi, not 9th player on the defensive line, 9th player overall inside that top 10. I think when you're looking at JaReylan McCoy, his stature, his size, 6'7", that's something you cannot teach. His weight is going to be whatever the staff dictates that they want his weight to be. I mean, I have full trust in Tyler Miles and everyone on that staff right now. So we'll see what his weight is. And I suspect that we're trying to get him to play the F position. We're going to lose Tyreek Sapp after this year, who we're hoping has an elite season. You're probably going to have a year or 2 of Cam James behind after that. And then JaReylan McCoy is hopefully the guy in waiting. That's the guy they want to start after that 2026 season, probably 2027, maybe 2028. So it's someone that they have a lot of trust in. I mean, they have a lot of faith that they can develop him. To start the cycle, he was one of the top 20 players in the country. After a sophomore season, he had like 11 sacks, 10.5 sacks, something like that. What really fell off in his junior year was the fact that he had like 1.5 sacks. I know Tupelo, they moved him around the defensive line a lot, which really stunted his development a little bit, and probably also confused him a bit on like, okay, how should I work right here and how should I work right there? Probably moved him like no sack or something. I don't know for sure, but I think he's someone that if he has a phenomenal senior year, he gets those stats up again. He ranked 121st. If you remember, LG McCray was ranked in the hundreds at this time as well during for his class. And LG McCray finished as a player that was top 10 on 3 of the 4 recruiting services and 20th in the composite. Rivals had him in the 60s. That was the thing that ended up holding him down. But LG McCray was 3 in the sites as a top 10 player when he was in the 100s at this time last year. And the reason McCray shot up boards was because his junior year, little lackluster, only had like 2 or 3 sacks. But then his senior year put up double-digit sacks. He had that 6'6", 250 frame, that elite frame, elite athleticism that I think McCoy has as well. So I would not be surprised at all if JaReylan McCoy goes and has a 10-sack season, if we're talking about a 5-star defensive end here. I think he's someone that we really should see finish as a top 100 player at the least. I mean, 247 has him at a 3-star. That's just ridiculous, man. I mean, this isn't an anti-247 rank because I'm using their composite right now, which I really like. But the other 3 sites have him a top 200 at worst player, and you have him as a 3-star. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I think he's going to be someone that we're potentially talking about as a 5-star recruit after that 2025 high school season. Now, I already mentioned that defensive end, that F position. He could also have some flexibility to play that defensive tackle or the edge spot. It's really interesting the way that Gerald Chapman and Mike Peterson also work together to develop players that can play really anywhere along that defensive line. I mean, look at Caleb Banks, who's a true defensive tackle. He was coming off the edge. I specifically remember the Georgia game where he is just bullying Monroe Freeling, who was the left tackle, I believe, for Georgia last year, former top 100 recruit. And Caleb Banks was coming off the edge and just dominating him. So they're going to get guys with some versatility. They're going to coach them to have that versatility to come off the edge, to play inside. Not really going to play nose, obviously, but, is that potential to play D tackle, F, maybe even Jack. So I think you're getting someone they really like. Former LSU commit as well. At one point after he decommitted from LSU, Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin was seen as the favorites there. But the Gators are able to swoop in and in the last month really take that lead. It's really the environment. It's the coaching staff. That's another thing that's going to be said here. It's the coaching staff. I mean, Gerald Chapman is proving to be maybe one of the best hires that that Billy Napier has made for this staff. Looks like you're getting JaReylan McCoy. Vodney Cleveland, you got a crystal ball for yesterday as well. I mean, there's other Kendall Gervil, James Johnson, guys who are on campus right now. Preston Carey, probably looking at another defensive lineman or two as well in this class. So, I mean, really, you're just getting phenomenal work out of Gerald Chapman from development with what you saw from Caleb Banks, Tyreek Sapp, and Cam Jackson last year. So now he landed Joseph Mbachu. He flipped him from Texas last year, or I think he decommitted, then committed to Florida, but you got him back from Texas. Jeremiah McLeod, who, he's a lower ranked 4-star, but he was getting predictions to flip to Georgia. Georgia really liked McLeod, and they wanted McLeod. And the fact that we were able to keep him, and now you're looking at McCoy, Cleveland. You're still looking at Stone. That's interesting. Gervil, Johnson, Carey. Other names that we're probably gonna hear more about when you get closer to the season and when you get closer to signing day. But this is the big one that we've been waiting on. Someone I think has sky high potential for us. I'm really excited. I'm glad that it's over, that we're not waiting any longer. Thank you guys for watching. I mean, who the next commitment could be? It could be Malik Morris. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the buzz right now. Javari Lucas commits on Monday. I'm expecting him to be a Gator off a 3-star offensive tackle out of Belgrade. But is there a fourth one that we're going to see today or tomorrow? I don't know. I hope we do, because I love getting more and more commitments and making these videos and putting them out for you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, comment on the channel, subscribe. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. As always, go Gators.